Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Nixie Bobson. I don't know what the hell to talk about. We're here for HangWoman vlog and I've just kind of come in going, what am I going to talk about? I always try to do like 3 things and I've got, I think, about 2 mentally in mind and I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'm just going to run with it and just see what comes out because we got no script, we got no filter, we got no bloody nothing. So let's have some fun. First thing I really wanted to talk about, and it's something that I think I mentioned via Twitter. If anybody's seen that, you don't have to have. And it's a little bit of a random one really, but I feel the need to mention it. Sesame Street have introduced an autistic puppet called Julia to their cast. Not a regular watcher of Sesame Street, never really watched it as a child. It was on, I think, C4 over here, Channel 4 over here when I was little. I remember seeing it, but it's kind of one of them things where you either like it or you don't. I always thought Elmo was really cute. Always a little bit perturbed by Big Bird though. Turned out Julia has been used in animations of it, but now she's becoming, it seems ironic to say, a real life character when she's a puppet. But I just think that the inclusion of it is just amazing because autism is hard to understand, especially when you're a child. If you're presented with a child with autism and you're young, you may not know how to respond, what to do. And I've watched, there's a 10-minute clip up of introducing Julia. I know it was a whole episode that I think was out on the 10th, which was Monday. And just what they've done is phenomenal. The way they've introduced her, the way that the Elmo and Abby, I think it is. Abby's a fairy, I just love that. It's so well done, their introduction of her with her mannerisms, her speech, her sometimes lack of recognition of people. It's just, if I was a child and I was watching that, it would really open my eyes. I really took it to heart. You know, I have worked in nurseries, I studented in them, my work experience when I was 15 was in a school, but I have come across autism and Asperger's in that time, and, I know basic knowledge about it. It's brilliant that the way Abby and Elmo just go, oh, that's just Julia, she's this, but we're happy. The thing about the paintbrush versus finger paint I also really liked as well. Her little reaction as to the paint really made me smile, but it is a lot of, sound sensitive. The episode with the sirens also really well interpreted. Really, I just think it's so good. I actually want a Julia little puppet. I think there's going to be a plush of her coming out of the States. I just keep thinking, I just want one to come and put on my bed because I just think she's so darling and it's, I think she's fantastic. I can't say it enough. It's all about showing kids these days more tolerance and more understanding of things because the world is so different. The world is so much more open. We have a better understanding of everything going on around us, and it was just... it was heartwarming to watch. I do want to watch the whole episode. I haven't managed to do that yet, but I just think Sesame Street deserve a round of applause because they've clearly thought about it. I believe the puppeteer has a autistic son as well, so she's obviously got real life experience of it. I have someone close within the family who does have autism, not as highly functioning, but I have to commend them and just say, I know it's a kid's show, but go and take a look at the clip because it is totally worth watching, and it's just so warming and so wonderful to see that they've decided to cover something like that. I can't speak well of it enough. I keep watching the clip because I just think to myself, if things like this were introduced to me as a child, not that I was never non-understanding, disunderstanding, don't know what word that is, of other people and other children. I've always had a very open mind, but I just think it's one of the most wonderful things I've ever seen a kids' TV show do. In saying that, CBBC's The Dumping Ground did have Gus. Gus was a fantastic character, and the kid that played him was also amazing. So they have done it as well. They did it in a brilliant way as well, but Sesame Street introducing it to such a younger generation as well. Really well done. Let's talk about a beauty item. I wasn't sure whether I was going to discuss it, but I am. I went to Boots and decided to have a freebie. Yeah, I have so many points on my Boots card, so I bought myself the new Superskin lip balm. It is a Liz Earle product. Superskin Superlip balm, and I'm in love with the label, right? Contains dragon blood extract. I know it's some kind of citrus fruit, but how cool does that sound? How much fun does that sound, like dragon's blood? Oh my god, I already feel like a vampire. I've been using it for 2 days, so I've not really got the front to actually review it to you yet or tell you how I feel about it. The thing I will say about it, and I don't have it to hand because it's actually in my work jacket pocket downstairs, I think this is £16. My general one is Clinique Super Balm. In that, for about £13.50, £14, you get 7ml. In this one, you get 15ml for 16. So you're essentially doubling your amount. So if this one does turn out to be really, really good, then I would probably consider changing to it, especially I know it's on QVC on Monday. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do, whether they do a duo, whether they do a single. Hope it works, because I did buy it in Boots and I don't want to think I've wasted 1,600 points on a product that's not going to work. If I'd have known it was going to be on QVC on Monday, I may have held out just a little bit longer. Either way, I've got it in my hands. I had it in my hands, I've got it now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes. As of right now, I have a big sore, you can't see it because I'm wearing a lipstick, right there on my lip. It's that with my level of anxiety, one of the bad habits, traits that I do is that I sit there and I will, it's disgusting, and feel free to say, ew, say what the hell you want. Some of you may identify with this. I will pick at my lips constantly. It's an anxious, nervous trait of a thing, and I've been doing it for so many years, and it's a very hard habit to break. It's not all the reason my lips are dry. When I was about 13 years old, I woke up one morning to just stiff dry lips like this, and ever since I have literally had to sleep in lip balm. I don't think a night's gone by where I haven't had to put something on my lips. Tried E45 once when I had nothing else. Never do that. Very bad idea. Was it pseudo-creme? I think it was pseudo-creme. Don't put that on your lips. It's not a good idea. But when my lips have what I call a dry spell, they essentially dry out. They can swell up like that. And it's so uncomfortable. It's not good. So hopefully this is going to help. I'm really hoping it does, because obviously it's a Liz Earle product. I love my Liz Earle. I've got super high hopes for it. So keep watching this space. If you want me to do a video on it in, say, like a week, couple of weeks time, when I've kind of had definite more use out of it, do let me know. The other thing I was going to mention to you, and I haven't got it to hand, so I don't really see the point, but I'm going to tell you anyway. You know what, I'm going to get it out. Let's get it out. I was out, well, I'll tell you a funny story. I'm on O2, and I essentially went out on Tuesday to Thornton's just to get that for free on O2. It was free. What can I say? It was an Easter egg, and it was free, so I decided I was going to go and pick it up, because I'm a little bit of a loser like that. But they say the word free, and I just kind of go, oh, okay. So I ran off to go and get it. That, because the last time O2 did a Thornton's thing, with the coupon on my phone was still in date, and when I got to Thornton's, they turned around and said, no, you can't have it, it's out of date. I was like, but it clearly says 2 days, and they were like, no. Whilst kind of browsing through the stores, I was at my local shopping centre, and I've been looking for a new brow gel, one that's essentially affordable, because I love Cabral. I've got Cabral right here. I love this stuff. But at about £18, £19 a time, I don't really want to be using this as my everyday product. Similarly, with the Bare Minerals Brow Gel, which I don't know if it's openly for sale or just on QVC at the minute. Again, it's about £25 for this and a brush. If it is available on the high street, do let me know and tell me how much it is, because I don't know. Don't really want to be using that one every day as well, as much as I love both. So my budget buy one that I recently got, or a couple of months ago, was the NYX Tame Frame. Now the problem with this one is it's stiff, and it's very hard to get a colour out of it without essentially having to really scrape in. So my kind of hack with it, and you probably see it in there, I have to wet it down with warm water. Not wearing it today, but every time I tried to find a different brow gel, because they are my favourite kinds, I couldn't find anything affordable. And I've always said on this channel, I try to find the cheapest alternative possible, because we are real people. We don't have all the money in the world to spend on beauty products. We have to budget as to what we have. So walking through Superdrug and looking through the brands, past quite a few. Superdrug do have quite a few exclusive to Superdrug brands, and I come across this one, which is MUA Luxe or Luxe. And this is £4. And essentially, and I'm going to be a bit blunt and feel free to knock me for it, but the style of it, the whole look of it, it's essentially a knockoff of Cabral. It's a cheaper alternative, made very similarly by a different company. You can't write it any other way. It is a blatant copy of sorts. The brush comes up on the Cabral, the brush comes up on the MUA. The difference is that the shading on this is a lot better. My colour is dark brown, and this is the darkest shade that is possible to obtain, but I am wearing it. And I wore it all of yesterday, and it did not move all day. Now, despite the fact that my eyebrows are essentially black, this one looks a lot better today. The colour blends in beautifully. It's not unflattering on my eyes, and I'm looking at it now thinking, it's all right. So, and also what I like about this formula is that it is super soft and so easy to brush on the eyes. If you want me again to do a review of this and a more in-depth one, just comment and let me know. This is the shading of it. So it's quite a dark colour, and as I said, I get away with it perfectly well. Any lighter and I think it would be because there's always discrepancies with how you apply your eyebrows. Some people will tell you match your root colour. Other people will tell you match your brow colour. Nobody ever knows what to do. So I always go match your brow colour, because let's face it, my hair does not match my brows in any way, shape or form. I had to put 2 swatches on because I smudged this one. So that's been settling on for a few seconds. So I'm going to now rub this swatch. And as you can see, it barely moves. Barely gone anywhere. So in terms of MUA's stay power as well, absolutely incredible. For £4 you're getting a really good purchase there. So if you want me to apply it and do a blah blah blah, let me know. So if you definitely want to try something very affordable, try out this one in Superdrug, because I am so impressed with it, and I would absolutely continue to pay £4 for this. So MUA, if you're listening, don't ever get rid of this blooming product, because I like it. I was kind of on a random note of kind of lifting the lid on different makeup products, because there's one thing I see, it's a lot of over application of certain products. So if you want me to do like a basics like thread and show you products being used not so overly, Tarte Shape Tape is a massive one. The amount of times I see huge triangles of Shape Tape being used, the consistency of that is so thick that you literally need 2 dots and it does all under the eye perfectly well. I think I put too much of it when I did my review on. So let me know if you want me to do something like that. I'm also working on stuff like basic complexions, because I said to you I don't like too much makeup. Let me know. I'm going to stop talking and probably go away and think about things I should have talked about but didn't. There go the stupid people on the motorbikes again. We have people zooming on this street on motorbikes, nearly hurting people. Such is the Easter holidays, everyone. I'm going to go eat some chocolate. Have a good Easter. Don't make yourself too sick. Subscribe, unsubscribe, like, dislike. Don't get mean. I'll see everyone again. Bye.